What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I got a lot that I want to go over. This has to deal with Activision blatantly lying to their fans yet again, so let me get into it. So the first thing, as you can see in the thumbnail, that is a tweet that came out from Charlie Intel. One of the developers working on Black Ops 7 claims that if you enjoy Black Ops 2, especially the competitive side, that you're going to have a good time on Black Ops 7. You know what I say to that developer? Lick my balls, my big old balls, because, no I won't. I love Black Ops 2. It's one of my favorite COD games of all time. I've uploaded videos of it here on the channel. I've never had a bad time playing Black Ops 2, but I've had a bad time. A real fucking bad one. When I started playing games like Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War, when I played the beta for MW Roman numeral 2, I just thought it was the most dogshit fucking FPS game I ever played in my goddamn life. And I never bought a game after Cold War for how fucking ass they were. So what makes you think that a game like Black Ops 7 is going to be any different from any of these other shit-ass titles that they've released since Modern Warfare 2019? It's not. It's not going to be the next BO2. It's not even going to be close. And one reason that it's not going to be is because the game is going to get hacked to shit. Probably 2 months after launch, just like Black Ops 6 did, just like Vanguard, just like Cold War. Cold War had a bunch of hackers. Fucking Warzone was hacked to shit. A year or so after it was released, Warzone got hacked to shit. These developers, they say how good they are. They say how many there is, too. Oh, we have 5,000 devs working on this game. Yeah, but you have the most piss-fucking-poor anti-cheat system that I have ever seen in my entire life. I can play a game like Star Wars Battlefront 2 on Steam, a game that literally came out in 2005, and I've never ran into a hacker on there. Not once. That's a game from 2005. How is it have better servers than a modern title that is coming out in the current year from a studio that has billions of dollars? I'll tell you why. Because they don't really care about the hacking. They don't give a shit that a game like World War II that was brought to Game Pass and that had over 50,000 players on it, some being probably, new buyers of Game Pass because they wanted to go back and play this game, the fact that people were able to use remote control exploits on the game and get in people's PC and steal bank information and do whatever else they wanted, and now the game is removed from Game Pass. After people spent all this money on Game Pass, however much it costs, I don't know because I don't use it. It's probably not super expensive, but it doesn't matter. People spent money on it, and now the game that they wanted to play on it is removed because Activision sucks horse balls and can't update their servers to have a good enough anti-cheat. So the game is gone and they have to fix it, and they claim that they're going to, but I guarantee you that if they do put it back up on there again, it's going to have the same problem. I'm telling you right now, dude, when these games get hacked, it's the point of no return. Because they're not putting enough effort into actually making a good enough anti-cheat for these servers to be safe for everybody to play on. And me being a PC player, the only way that I can play any older Call of Duty title online is through Plutonium or the Alterware stuff like IW4X. That's the only way that I can play anything, whether it's a trickshot server or a team deathmatch or whatever. It's the only way that I can play those games and know, okay, I'm not going to have my router fried if I join this match. If I play on Steam, I'm at risk. And keep in mind, for the most part, I know the COD games are on sale right now on Steam, but for the most part, they were selling these games on Steam for full price. Old titles like, Advanced Warfare, $60. Yeah, I guarantee you if you play that game on Steam, you're going to get hacked on it, and it's not going to be like something minor like somebody just using God mode. It's going to be somebody who gets into your PC and completely destroys things. It's unbelievable that a company like Activision that has all the money that they do, that they can't make good enough servers for people to play on. And I understand the console players, they don't really have this issue as much, but you could probably still run into some pretty nefarious things on console. I don't know, I haven't played on console in probably over a decade now, but I will admit when I was on console there was less problems. But there's still hackers, though. Like, you know, if you play Black Ops 2 on console, somebody could probably steal your console account. If they're using, like, a JTAG Xbox or whatever. At least that's how it worked, you know, back in the day. That game's had issues with hackers for a while, but it wasn't right after launch. A game like Black Ops 6 had hackers, like, 3 months after launch. It took years for people to hack Black Ops 2. I remember playing Black Ops 2 in, like, you know, 2015 and 2016, years after it had came out, and really didn't run into any problems. So it just goes to show you that they got lazy, they stopped keeping these older games up to date, and that led to people using more and more nefarious hacks that could really fuck people's life up. So it's like, man. And then they're going to claim that a game like Black Ops 7 is going to even be comparable. Like, dude, Black Ops 2 is a game that actually had effort put into it. It was a game that looked like it was made by people who cared. Black Ops 6 does not look like that. When I see Beavis and Buttfuck running around the map, yeah, dude, that's not really like something that screams to me, oh, this was made by a passionate developer. No, what that tells me is it was made by a company who's just greedy and trying to make money off microtransactions, because all they want to do is promote their skins. They don't care that people are hacking the game to shit. They don't care that the franchise is being ran into the ground and that they're losing over 50% of their player base, which they already have at this point. It's going to get worse, dude. I guarantee you if Black Ops 7 flops, I wouldn't be surprised if we see numbers as low as 20 or 30,000 on Steam. I promise you, dude. They said that it would never drop below 100,000. All the fucking COD cocksuckers said, oh, it'll never drop below 100,000 players on Steam. But it did. It dropped below 100,000 players within like 2 months. It was down to about 70,000, then 60. Now it's around 50. I mean, dude, tell me I'm telling lies on this stuff. I mean, I don't miss. I call it out because it's the truth. And as someone who's been playing Call of Duty since COD 2, the first COD game that I played was COD 2 at my friend's house on a fucking GameCube. I kind of know what it takes to make a good FPS game. COD 2 had more effort, more soul in it than a game like Black Ops 6, and that was a game where you couldn't even sprint. You couldn't even fucking sprint! And it had more effort put into it. It felt more like a military-based FPS game than something like Black Ops 6. You know? It's not just the cheating, it's the loss of identity, it's the loss of passion for the games. All that stuff adds up over time, dude. You have to realize that. Like, these companies, and I understand Activision is not the only one when it comes to AAA gaming who's doing this, but I think that they are one of the worst when it comes to blatantly ripping off their fans and then just lying about stuff, claiming they're going to fix all these issues, and then they all come back after a couple weeks of the so-called fix. But then you have a game like Fortnite that started off with a much smaller budget, smaller development team, and they don't have these problems with all these cheaters because they actually have a real anti-cheat. That's all I'm trying to get at. Like, if Activision really cared for all the money that they have, don't you think that they could make an anti-cheat good enough to where these problems weren't there? Don't you think they could actually put some effort into making their games what they used to be? I mean, I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I don't understand the new way of gaming where everything's about skins and microtransactions and people play it even if the game sucks. Back when I was growing up, that's not how games were, dude. You bought a game because it was actually good and it was actually something worthwhile playing. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.